Hello there. Today we will be reading The Sheep. The Sheep by Angela Royston and illustrated by Josephine Martin. It's copyright 1993. It is summertime and the sheep are grazing high up in the hills. The black sheep picks her way among the rocks and loose stones with her lamb beside her. Suddenly, there is a loud bark and a strange dog rushes up to them. The mother sheep runs and the lamb follows her. The dog chases after them. The black sheep is so frightened she does not see where she is going. She slips over the edge of a low cliff and slides down the steep slope until she stops on a rocky ledge that she cannot move up or down. So here comes the sheepdog with the birds in the sky, and there the black sheep, her lamb, and there are all the other sheep. The hours pass. The sheep bleats all the time, but her lamb cannot help her. Then, as evening comes, she hears a bark and a sharp whistle. The sheepdog peers over the edge of a cliff and whines loudly. The shepherd comes and reaches down the cliff with his long crook. Slowly he guides the trembling sheep up a slope. Her lamb calls to her and she runs toward her, glad to be safe again. So there's the sheepdog, and there's calling the shepherd, and there is the shepherd rescuing the black sheep. Fall comes and it's time for the sheep to be dipped. The shepherds and their dogs round them up. Dogs run a large circle around the flock. The sheep move downhill and they are driven to a pen in the farmyard. One by one they are taken out. See there, they all are taken in the pen. And with the tractor in the background, there are the barns. Now it is the black sheep's turn. A shepherd checks her teeth and then pushes her into a trough of strong-smelling liquid. The liquid kills off any ticks and insects in her wool. Bleeding loudly, she scrambles through the trough and out the other end. There she is, going through the trough and out the other end where she will meet up with the other sheep. The days get colder at night. The ground is covered with frost. The grass stops growing and the sheep have to search carefully to find enough to eat. One morning, 2 rams are brought to join them. One ram comes close to the black sheep and sniffs her. He curls his top lip and knows by her smell that she's ready to mate. When he has mated, he moves off to find another sheep. So there's the ram. There's a ram mating with the black sheep, and there are all the other sheep. It's the lamb, but there are all the other sheep grazing. The weeks pass, and one night in the middle of winter, the flock huddles together beside a wall, sheltering from the wind and rain. Then the rain turns to snow, and soon the whole world is white. It goes on snowing all day and all the next night. The sheep are cold and hungry. They scratch the snow to reach the grass underneath, but it's hard work. Then they hear the sheepdog walking, and the shepherd arrives. He throws them bales of hay and later takes them to a field nearer the farm. So the shepherd and the sheepdog have brought hay bales on a tractor for the sheep to eat. Months pass before the days get warmer, but at last spring comes. A young lamb has been growing inside the black sheep. When she knows it is ready to be born, she finds a sheltered place to lie. There's the newborn lamb. As soon as the lamb is born, he gives a little bleat and the sheep licks him all over. Then she helps him to stand on his wobbly legs. Soon he is strong enough to feed her milk. There's the new lamb nursing from his mother. At first, the lamb feeds only on his mother's milk. By the time he's 4 weeks old, he's eagerly nibbling on the fresh grass and often leaves her side to play with the other lambs. They love to climb on the rocks to brace and play at fighting. When his mother wants him back, she calls him. He knows her bleat and skips over him, jumping over the stones around her back. Soon the lambs are big enough and strong to make the long journey up to the hills. There are all the lambs having fun, the birds chasing each other. There's another lamb nursing from its mother. When summer comes, the sheep are grazing high up in the hills. would even appear they feel hot and itchy in their thick coats of wool. One day the shepherds herd them back down to the farm. Sheep are taken into a barn, a few at a time. The barn is filled with a loud buzzing noise, and a shepherd with electric shears cuts off the black sheep's fleecy coat. A sheep feels much cooler with only a thin layer of wool to protect her. Another shepherd puts on a red mark to show which farm she belongs to. See, these two sheep already have red marks. See which farms they belong to. There's the black sheep having her wool removed, shaven off. And here's this ram. There's another white sheep having her wool taken off. And see, they put a red marker to see whose farm she belongs to. Her lamb is very puzzled when she returns to him. She looks so different, but then she gives the bleat. He knows her so well, and he wants her. He has been given a red mark too. See some chickens in the background. A rooster and two hens. The sheep are ready to climb back onto the hills. All summer they will graze there under the rough grass. The lambs will grow big and strong, and by fall the black sheep will be ready to make. This time a shepherd's a woman. And they all go back up to the hill with red, newly clean-shaven sheep go up back up the hill with red marks on. The sheep in this story is a Welsh Mountain Sheep. They are usually born white, but sometimes a completely black lamb will be born. Blackface and Cheviots are hill sheep like the Welsh Mountain Sheep. Hill sheep are very tough and can live through cold, snowy winters. Texel sheep and Oxford Downs are lowland sheep. Merinos give the finest wool and are popular in New Zealand and Australia. Most sheep are crossbreeds, which means that they are bred from more than one kind of sheep, but the Soay sheep is a pure breed. They have lived for hundreds of years on the Scottish island of Soay. The end. Thanks for watching.